Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today, we just need to get, our caffeine fix.
Yes, we were talking about Coffee Rush and celebrating all things caffeinated.
Like all of the things caffeinated. There are so many beverages in this game. Coffee Rush is designed by Eugene Han and is published by Korean Board Games and Asmodee.
All right, so in this game, you are a barista in a very crowded cafe. As you can see, people are everywhere and they're demanding drinks, and you're making them as fast as humanly possible. All right, so you're running around collecting all the ingredients, these adorable ingredients, putting them in these adorable little cups, by the way, as you were trying to fulfill these orders, and you're moving around a board in order to collect the ingredients. But the longer you take to make these orders, the more likely you are to upset a customer by making them leave because you took too long. All right, so you are trying to get all these orders done. But every time you are able to make an order and finish it, every other player at the table, or the next two people in turn order, if you're playing a 4-player game, they have to take orders themselves. So every time you finish an order, you're sending them more orders. But then they're finishing orders and sending you more orders. So, oh my gosh, you're just like working and working and working and working and working. Trying to make as many beverages as possible in as little time as possible. But then, if you upset enough people, the game ends. If the game ends with 5 people walk out of your cafe because they didn't get their drinks in time. Or if the entire deck of beverages run out. In this case, you were very efficient.
Yeah, the components in this game, like Ryan alluded to, are amazing. This is not a deluxe game. This is not like the deluxe Coffee Rush. This is just Coffee Rush. And the little tokens are adorable. The little pieces that you put in your little cups are adorable. Oh my gosh. And it's not deluxe. That's just like how the game is. It's
they
just
are
how
choking
it
hazard.
is. Well, yeah, don't play with a baby. You'll
No,
be
but even
fine.
me, I'm like, this is probably tasty little caramel bit.
I had to watch him very intently every time I played this game.
This is an interesting concept because it feels like a real-time game. The anxiety, the stress that you're experiencing as you are trying to get all these things, but more orders are coming, but you're just trying to work on the ones you already have, and you don't have time. It feels, you're getting the emotions of a real-time game, but it's not actually in real time at all. You have all the time you want on your turn. So it's kind of clever in that way. It's stressful and anxiety-ridden, but because of trying to get it all done in a number of actions, not necessarily a number of time.
Yeah.
And so that's where the stress comes from. It's very clever in that way that you get this coffee rush feeling, in a real-time, or in the real-time mindset without actually being in a real-time game.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool how you're going across this board trying to get the stuff you need for these different beverages that you're making, and how you had to kind of plan ahead of all the places you want to be, because the things you need are not going to necessarily be next to each other, and so it's going to take you a turn or two to get it. So you really have to math it out in order to get your components, where you're going to walk through, so you can walk through, so you can walk through, so you don't have an upset customer. And you can walk through where other people are, but you can't hang out where they are. So where they are and how far away you are might also mess with your plans. But I thought that was really cool while you were planning ahead and trying to figure out what you wanted to do while you're moving across this board.
One thing that helps, though, is you have these special abilities that you're able to unlock. Once you've scored 3 points, you've filled 3 orders, you can cash those 3 orders in to unlock a special ability. And there's 4 options on the game that each player has. And so by spending 3 of your points, effectively, you get to turn over one of your special abilities to enact it for the rest of the game. It inherently is worth 2 points also. So you're really only spending 1 point to unlock a special ability. But my goodness, it is worth it because these special abilities give you a lot of extra resources. One of them gives you extra resources whenever you go through a corner. One is whenever you go through another player's pawn. Another one is whenever you land on these special kind of rare ingredients. Things like that. So you're getting extra ingredients, extra actions that you're desperately going to need once these orders start piling up on you. You're going to need as many actions as possible to get as many ingredients. So these special abilities really bail you out.
I do want to say I think this game lost a bit of its charm at 2-player. About 2/3 of the way through the game, we were kind of just going through the motions. You couldn't get those big orders done anymore. And what's fun about getting those big orders when you get 3 done in one turn, which is the max you can do. But when you're able to do that, you give your opponent 3 more orders. By the last third of the game, we're getting 1 or 2, which means we're only getting 1 or 2 orders. And then sometimes we're not getting any orders. So I would just play this at 3 or 4 player if you want that fun, like, anxiety that we really enjoyed. Because I did. I had so much fun with that. The first time I played this game, I ended up scoring 0. I scored 0. I have never scored 0 in a game before, so this has a special place in my heart for giving me a 0 score, which is something I have never duplicated since that. But because I played it the full complement of it, we're getting all these extra cards. It's like impossible to fulfill these orders, and so you're kind of choosing which ones you're going to bail on to try to get other ones and do things like that. And it was such a blast when I played at the higher player count. But when, like I said, when we played at the 2 player count, I just felt like about the last third or quarter of the game, we were kind of just going through the motions.
All right, so I was the manager of a coffee shop for a year. Then I went on to a coffee shop / cafe that I worked at for 5 years and was a manager there as well. I gotta say, this feels about right. The more customers coming in, you're just like scrambling and trying to make things, and you're just running around, you're calling out, I need more coffee beans, or whatever it is, and you're just scrambling to get it all done. I loved that stress working in that setting. Not good for my knees, but or the paycheck, frankly. But this game gave me all of those vibes, and I really, really dug it. It's a cool puzzle to solve as you're kind of running around this board trying to get all these ingredients that you need. It's frantic, but at the same time, it's not really frantic. It's just psychologically frantic as you're trying to get it all done before your customers get upset with you. Has an amazing table presence. It looks absolutely adorable. Anytime I saw it, the first time I saw it on the table, I'm like, okay, that's super cute. You know, you got all these little bits and these little tiny cups. Love it. It's easy to teach too. It's easy to learn. This is a big hit for us. We liked Coffee Rush. Maybe not 2 players, but any other player count, sign me up.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.